Hi, nice to have you all back. In the previous video, we solved the first 4 questions from exercise 3.1 of Matrices chapter. In this video, let us solve the 5th and the 6th questions step by step. If you have missed the video on the first 4 questions, please do check it out. The link is given in the description below. So let's start. Now, question number 4 says that you have to construct a 2 by 2 matrix, okay? So that means what? The number of rows is going to be 2 and the number of columns is going to be 2. So you have to construct a 2 by 2 matrix and they have given you what are the type of elements. The elements are given by a particular formula. So let's take the first part. It says that Aij, till now we have understood what is Aij. Aij is just to denote a general matrix element where I is the row number and j is the column number. Hope that is clear. So Aij is equal to I plus j the whole square divided by 2. Now this is the formula. So using this formula we have to find out what are the matrix elements and then construct the matrix. So let's see how to do this. Now as for any question in mathematics, always write what is given and what you have to find. This is so important no matter in which grade you are in, no matter how proficient you are in, this method always works. It will never fail you. So always write what is given to you. We are given that it's a 2 by 2 order matrix. That is, the number of rows is 2 and the number of columns is 2. This is one data which is given. The other data is we are given how to construct each matrix element. We know the formula as I plus j the whole square divided by 2. So these are the given data. And what do we have to find? We have to find the matrix elements, right? That's all we have to find actually. Once you know what are the matrix elements, you will know how to construct the matrix because you know the order of the matrix, right? So once we are clear with this, let's see what are the matrix elements. Now since this is a 2 by 2 matrix, can you guess how many elements there are going to be? So if my m is 2 and my n is 2, the total number of elements is going to be product of m by n, which is 2 by 2. So there are going to be 4 elements. Totally there are going to be 4 elements in my matrix. And how do I address those matrix elements? I know the formula. It is Aij. So where I and j will take all values from m to n. So I will take values from 1 to m and j will take values from 1 to n. So my first matrix element will be A11, where that means the element in the first row and the first column. So I need to find that. Then I need to find the first row, second column. I do have 2 columns, so I will have the first row, second column. Now do I have a third column? No. So my j will stop here, okay? My j will stop here because I have maximum of 2 columns. Now I take the next value of I, that is 2. So we have explored all the columns of the first row. So now we proceed to the second row. So A21 will be the matrix element in the second row, first column. We need to find that value. Then we need to go to the second row, second column. Okay. And do I have any other column after the second column? No. I have only 2 columns. And can I go to the third row? No way, because there are again 2 rows. So these are the 4 matrix elements whose values I have to find. So now our task is so easy. We don't have to get confused by all the data. You just have to find out these 4 values. So how do we do that? They have already given us the formula. What is the formula? I'll write it down again. Aij is I plus j the whole square divided by 2. So let me take the first value. So let me take A11. So A11 means what I have to do is wherever I is there in the formula, I have to substitute 1, and wherever j is there, I have to substitute the value of j, which is also 1 in this case. So A11 is going to be 1 plus 1 the whole square divided by 2, which is going to be 2 whole square divided by 2, which is nothing but 2. So A11 is going to be 2. We have found out the first matrix element. I hope you understood this. Let's go to the next matrix element we have to find, which is going to be A12. So again, substitute in the formula I plus j. So I is going to be 1 and j is going to be 2. So it's going to be 1 plus 2 the whole square divided by 2, which is 1 plus 2 is 3 the whole square divided by 2, which is going to be 9 by 2, and I'll just leave it as a fraction. The next matrix element I have to find is A21, right? Now A21, again I will substitute 2 for the value of I and 1 for the value of j. So I'll get 2 plus 1 the whole square divided by 2, which is again 3 square by 2. So I'll get A21 as 9 by 2. Now there is only one matrix element remaining, and that is A22. So again let's substitute. So it's going to be 2 plus 2 the whole square divided by 2, which is 4 square divided by 2, which is nothing but 16 by 2. So I'll get the answer 8. So what it means is that my second row, second column matrix element is going to be 8. So that's all. That's the end of the question. We have found out all the matrix elements. The last step is arrange it in the form of a matrix. Let's do that. So these are the 4 matrix elements whose values we have found. Let's just write it in the form of a matrix. So here is my matrix A. It's going to be of the order 2 by 2. My first row, first column, that is A11. Yes, the entry is 2. First row, second column, that's right, this is 9 by 2. The second row, first column is going to be also 9 by 2. And the last matrix element A22 is going to be 8. So this is my 2 by 2. In fact, it's a square matrix of order 2, and these are the matrix elements. Now let's go to the second part of the question. The second part says that my matrix element is of the type Aij is equal to I upon j. So let's see how to do this. First, write down the given data. We are given that the number of rows is 2 and the number of columns is 2, and we are also given this formula. So this is what is given to us. What we have to find is we have to construct the matrix, which means we have to find out the matrix elements. So what are the matrix elements going to look like? They will be A11, A12, A21 and A22. This is what we have to find. So let's start putting the values in the formula. A11 is going to be I equal to 1 and j equal to 1. So it's going to be 1 upon 1. So A11, that is the first matrix element, is 1. Now A12, so I'll write here that A11 I got it as 1. A12 is going to be I equal to 1 and j equal to 2. So simple. So A12 is half. I'll write that down here also. Then let me take A21, that is the second row, first column. That's also going to be I upon j, which is 2 upon 1. So I'll get A21 as 2. Somewhere here, okay. Then A22 is going to be again 2 by 2. So A22 is going to be 1. Okay. Now let's construct the matrix with all the data. So my matrix A is going to be of the order 2 by 2, and A11 we found that out as 1. A12 is half. Okay. A21 is 2 and A22 is 1. That's all. So we got the matrix and we have found the matrix elements also. Now let's go to the third part. Now the third part of the question is that they have given you the matrix element as Aij equal to I plus 2j the whole square divided by 2. So once again, let's write down what is given. Now I'm doing this for every part. If you are doing it, you don't have to repeat this step for every part. This is just for reiteration so that it all syncs properly. So we are given that the number of rows is 2 and the number of columns is 2, and we are also given what is the formula for the matrix element. Again, we have to find A11, A11 is also there, and then you have A21 and you have A22. We have to find all this. Okay, so what do? Start putting the values in the formula. So I will have A11 as I as 1, put I as 1 and J as 1. So 1 into 2, it will be 2, the whole square divided by 2. So I'll end up with 1 plus 3, 3 the whole square is 9 by 2. So this is my value of A11. Now let's see A12. How do we find the value? Again, put in the values here. I as 1 and J as 2. So I'm going to have 4 plus 1, 5 the whole square by 2. So A12 is going to be 25 by 2. Let me write that down also. So this is the second matrix element. Now let's go to the third matrix element, which is going to be A21. Once again, it's 2 plus 2 into 1 the whole square by 2. So I'll be left with 2 plus 2, 4. 4 squares are 16 by 2, which means A21 will be 8. Alright. But not the least matrix element is A22. So it's 2 plus 2 into 2 the whole square by 2. So 2 2s are 4, 4 plus 2, 6. You are going to have 6 square, which is 36 by 2, and I'll end up with 18. That's a huge number. So A22 is 18. So let's now construct the matrix. So my matrix A is 2 by 2. The first element is 9 by 2. The second element A12 is 25 by 2. A21 is 8 and A22 is 18. So hope you understood this question well. So in this question again, let's write what is given to us. It's a 3 by 4 matrix. So M is equal to 3 and N is equal to 4. We are given the formula to be used to find the matrix element. Aij is equal to half into modulus of minus 3i plus j. So this is my formula. This is the given data. What do we have to find? We have to find the matrix elements. Now let's exactly define what we have to find. Now I will take values from 1 to m, that is 1 to 3, and j will take values from 1 to n, that is 1 to 4. So let's write out all the matrix elements. A11, A12, A13 and A14. I stop here because there is no column after 4. Then again A21, the second row, A22, A23 and A24. Once again the third row, and I stop here because there are only 3 rows, A31, A32, A33 and A34. So these are the matrix elements whose values we have to find out. Let's start. A11, the formula is, I have to use this formula and substitute the value of I as 1 and j as 1. So half into modulus of minus 3 into 1, which is 3, plus j, which is 1. Now if you recall, what is the nature of the modulus function? Whatever is the input, the modulus function always gives you a positive output. That is, if I have For example, if I have minus 5 and I put it inside the modulus sign, I will get the output, I will get the answer as plus 5. If I give already a plus 5 and I put it inside the modulus, I will still get plus 5. So always the output of a modulus function is positive. So with this information, let's solve this equation. So I'll get half. Minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. So what is modulus of minus 2? That's right, it's going to be plus 2. So I'll get 2 by 2. So A11 is going to be 1. So I've got my first matrix element. Let's see A12. A12 is going to be half into minus 3 into 1, which is 3, plus J is having the value 2, which is going to be half into minus 3 plus 1 is minus 1. So modulus of minus 1 is going to be 1, plus 1. So A12 is going to be plus 1 divided by 2. This is my second matrix element. Let me just note it down. Then I will come to the third matrix element, which is A13. So A13 is going to be half into modulus of minus 3 into 1 plus 3. So as you all know, minus 3 plus 3, I am going to get 0. Modulus of 0, no worries, it will be 0 only. There is no confusion over there. So I will get 0 by 2. Hence the answer is going to be 0. So A13 is going to be 0. The next matrix element is A14. A14 is half into minus 3 plus 4. So I'll get 4 minus 3, which is 1. So I'll get modulus of 1 divided by 2. And modulus of 1 is going to be 1. So I'll get A14 as half. I'll just write that down. The next matrix element is going to be A21. So half into modulus of minus 3 into I is going to be 2. So 3 into 2 is 6. Minus 6 plus J is 1. So my A21 is going to be half into minus modulus of minus 5. So again, the output of a modulus function is positive. So mod of minus 5 is going to be plus 5. So my answer is going to be 5 by 2. A21 is 5 by 2. The next matrix element is A22. So it will be half into minus 3 into 2, which is going to be 6 plus 2. So I'll get mod of minus 4 by 2, which means I will get, so minus 4 will become plus 4. I'll get 4 by 2. So this is my A22. Then we'll go to the next one, which is A23. So A23 is going to be half into mod of minus 3 into 2 plus 6, minus 6 plus 3, which is going to be mod of minus 3 by 2. So I will get mod of minus 3 as 3. So A23 is 3 by 2. Just write that down. A24, let's see what is its value. It's going to be half into minus 3 into 6, minus 6 plus 4, which is nothing but mod of minus 2 by 2. So I will get mod of minus 2 as 2. So A2 by 4 is nothing but 1. Now next element is going to be A31. Once again, let me substitute. Half into mod of minus 3 into 3. 3 multiplied by 3 I'll get as 9. So minus 9 plus 1. So I'll get mod of minus 8 by 2. So A31 is 8 by 2, which I'll get as 4. So A31 is going to be 4. A32, let's find the value. Half into minus 3 multiplied by 3, that is minus 9 plus 2. So I'll get mod of minus 7 by 2. So A32 is equal to 7 by 2. The next matrix element is A33. which is half into mod of minus 3 3s are again 9 plus 3. So I have A33 as mod of minus 6, which I'll get as 6. So A33 is nothing but 3. Last but not the least, I have A34. A34 half into mod of minus 3i, that is minus 9 plus 4, which is mod of minus 5 by 2. So A34 is going to be 5 by 2. Wow, that's all. We have got all the matrix elements. Let's write it neatly in the form of a matrix. Now let's construct the matrix. It's going to be 3 by 4. Just give ample space between the two square brackets, so that the matrix elements have enough space. They are not too crowded. So I'll write the order 3 by 4. Let's start filling in the elements. So it's going to be 1, A11 half, 1, half, 0 and half. This is the first row. The second row, it's going to be 5 by 2, 2, 3 by 2 and 1. And the last row, the third row, it's 4, 7 by 2, 3 and 5 by 2. So this is the matrix which I have constructed. It's a 3 by 4 matrix. Now let's go to the second part. The next part is that Aij is given as 2i minus j, and again we have to construct the matrix. The order of the matrix is given as 3 by 4. What does that mean? My number of rows is 3 and my number of columns is 4. So this is what is given to us. And what do we have to find out? That's right, we have to find out the matrix elements. So let's write those matrix elements down. It will be A11, A12, A13 and A14. This is the first row. A21, A22, A23, A24 and A31, A32, A33 and A34, because there are 3 rows and 4 columns. So let's start right away. We'll take A11. So to find A11, I need to substitute the values of I and j in this formula. So 2 into 1 minus 1, and that gives me the answer as 1. So A11 is 1. Just write it on the side. So this is the first value. Next, A12 will be 2i minus j. So again 2 into 1 minus 2, which is 2 minus 2, 0. So A12 is 0. A13 will be 2i minus j once again. So it is 2 into 1 minus 3. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So A13 is minus 1. So as you can see, once you know how to approach a problem, it's so easy. It becomes almost mechanical for us. So the next value we have to find is of A14. 2 into 1 minus 4. 2 minus 4 minus 2. So A14 is minus 2. I'll just write that on the side. So then now we go to the second row. A21. So that is 2i minus j. So 2 into 2 minus 1. So 4 minus 1, I'll get the answer is 3. So A21 is 3. Okay. This particular formula is very easy, so we are getting the answer in one line actually. A22 is 2 into 2 minus 2. So I get 4 minus 2, answer is 2. Then I have A23. So A23 will be 2 into 2 minus 3. That is 4 minus 3, which is 1. Then I have A24. That is 2 into 2 minus 4, which is 0. The next one is A31. So 2 into 3 minus 1, that is 6 minus 1, I'll get 5. A32, 2 into 3 minus 2, which is 4. A33 will be 2 into 3 minus 3. 6 minus 3 which gives 3. And last but not the least, I have A3, 4. So 2 into 3 minus 4, 6 minus 4, and I'll get the answer is 2. So these are all the values. So as you can see, it has become so much easier for us to find out all the matrix elements. Let's write that all in the matrix format now. So the matrix A, which is of the order 3 by 4, will be given by 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2. Those are the first row entries. 3, 2, 1, 0, and 5, 4, 3 and 2. Always write the order of the matrix when you're giving the final answer. So it will be 3 by 4. So that solves the 5th question. So that's great. We have solved the 5th and the 6th questions of exercise 3.1. If you have any feedback, questions or queries, please do leave a comment below. In the next video, we will solve the remaining questions from the same exercise. Till then, take care.